Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors, a Work Tough Gear Kodiak rendition, if you will. Before we get too far in, guys, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. That number is decreasing, but we got a lot of work to do, vets. We love you. Simply want you to know you have a place here. We back to blue over here. We support Leo. How do you do that, Scab? Well, don't break the damn law. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So guys, listen, this is a little bit longer video. I'm going to ask that you stay with me, bear with me. I tried to edit it, but you know what? There's just a lot of parts of this video that I really wanted to leave in. And so you guys are awesome. Hang with me. This is the Kodiak from Work Tough Gear. It is designed by Alex from Alex Aurora Borealis Knives. Alex is an awesome dude. Now remember, Alex is the designer of the Lynx and the Wolverine, and the Kodiak is the largest member of the family. Before we get way into it though, I want to give you guys some specs. This is a full tang construction. The overall length is 15.2 inches. Blade length is 9.9. The cutting edge is 9.7 inches. 0.27 inches on the thickness, and I'm going to tell you, this is a thick beast. It's a saber grind with a convex edge. It is a drop point. It's Japanese SK85 with a Rockwell of 56 to 58. Blade finish is two-tone. Handle materials 3D machine G10, which is just awesome. Now, this is the weight is 28.2 ounces. It is a monster. With the sheath, it's 33.3 ounces, and there is a sheath included. It's black Kydex. Now, here's the deal, guys. This thing is an absolute monster. I'm going to do a quick comparison right here. There's the Wolverine. I love that Wolverine. I love the size of that Wolverine. Look at the thickness difference there. This thing is an absolute beast, guys. And here's the deal, man. Look at that. Good forward cant on that handle. Very comfortable. There's the Lynx. They all look similar, okay? But this Kodiak is, and I'm going to say it again, look at that. Look at the handle. I am a handle guy. Look at the contours right there. The ergonomics, the whole thing fits my hand perfectly. There is a slight sharpening choil there. This thing came super damn sharp out of the box. Now, it's a little over a 1/4 inch thick. Remember that now. And this isn't just some sharpened pry bar, okay? This is a multifunctional knife. It's SK85. Very few can do SK85 like Work Tough Gear. Mr. Vic kills that heat treat. Just an awesome job on the design, awesome job on the build, and it's a monster. It fills up the hand. Now, I tried to do a little bit of everything, and I always say, well, we do things different. The crux of my videos stay the same. You can turn off the volume, turn off the noise, turn off the bullshit, and you should just be able to watch the knife work. I'm going to tell you, you pair this up with those other two knives, and honest to God, that's all you need. Just from my opinion, I'm getting a little bit of better handling each and every day. I love that this knife, you can do a lot of different things with, but at the end of the day, that forward cant means it can chop like you ain't nobody's business. Now, the edge grind, like I said, I believe it's that saber grind with a convex edge. I may be wrong. I'll have to look that up. But it is an absolute, saber grind with a convex edge. The thing came razor sharp, and you're going to see that throughout this whole video. Now we're doing the Donnie B All-day drop test. Donnie B All-day throw it at the stump test. Now guys, listen, I'm going to do my shout outs towards the end of the video, but you can always go to the links in the description. There's a ton of guys and gals there with awesome channels. Go check them out. Right here, we're going to do several different things. Now, this is that 2-inch toe strap. I bring this up all the time. All right, you've got a large knife over a 1/4 inch thick, and it just blew right through this thing. Now, this particular toe strap's laid in the sand. It's laid in the weather. It's super nasty, super tough. We were able to cut it a couple times, and I'm going to tell you something. That forward cant also helps with this, I believe. I am a novice at best when it comes to woodscraft and that kind of stuff, but we're learning. Now, our zip tie test. Why do we do this? To see if it's sharp? No. Every knife should be able to cut a zip tie if it ain't sharpen the damn thing up. We do this to test the edge, the tip, make sure there's no chipping. I've had several guys actually say they like this particular test. They cut zip ties every day. I cut zip ties a lot. They say they've had some knives chip, things like that, and it can happen. But that's why we do it, just to give an overall look, quick impression. And then we're just going to do some quick shaving right here. Honestly, this thing slices like a dream. For the size, it is a great slicer. It's got a 90-degree spine. It will strike a ferro rod. We do that. I get asked a good bit about sharpening it in the field. The SK85, I believe, is along the same lines as the SK5. Every time I say it's reminiscent to something new, it ain't Scab, so I'll let the experts tell you what it's reminiscent to. But it is a high carbon steel, so it is easy to sharpen in the field. What do we talk about every video? This is a test I do all the time, and I think sometimes people say, well, it could chop better if this, that. Well, if I put the damn thing on some, between some vices, I could chop it like everybody else does, but I choose to hold it. That's realistic. That's everyday life. We try to replicate situations that aren't perfect. I don't want perfect situations. You don't learn from that, okay? You can learn a little. That's not really true, but I like just doing shit the hard way, I guess, for the purpose of demonstrating the knife. Now, here's our normal stuff. We're going to cut rope. And guys, here's the deal. This video actually spanned over about a 3-day period. I probably have 8 to 9 hours of just working with this knife. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't put in that I could have put in, but I tried to take out a lot of the redundancy. And we're going to try to just go point by point with this video. Now, people have asked me why I do this much water hose. It's 2 different kinds of hoses. This has got that canvas covering, all right? So the inner part cuts pretty good, the outer part well, and then we got a rubber. Now, here's this sandblast hose. I put a little pressure on it, and I just decided to chop it, okay? This is steel belted sandblast hose. Look at the bite that you get right there. Why do I mention that? A lot of knives would bite right, or would bounce right off of there. Again, great chop, great penetration. Look at that. Almost in twain, son. And then we just finish it off. Sometimes, guys, I like leaving stuff in. Oh, it's not perfect. It didn't go clean through. That's not reality, okay? And now this is an important test right here. I want y'all to, I'm just going to kind of score it. This is one of the most dumbass things I ever done. Okay, right there, we put a pretty good chop. Another chop, there's 2, all right? And I'm going to try to cut it, and I can't figure out for the life of me. I'm thinking, well, I hadn't cut that much at this point, so let's saw it. Oh, wait a minute, that's why. It's a 1/8 steel cord that runs through there. 1/8 to 3/16. I'm going to tell you something. No edge damage. Now, let me say this. Do I advocate doing that? No. Good Lord, no. Don't do that. I'm lucky. But I got to thinking about it. I'm proud of this knife. Do I want to do that every day? No, absolutely not. But I thought about all the times that I was out underground utility locating and have to chop some brush away and there'd be a fence there and I hit the fence. Life happens. Sometimes shit happens. It's good to know this knife will hold up. Now, feather sticking. You got to make feather sticks for a fire. Right there. There's a bunch of good ones. I'm the world's worst feather sticker. I'm trying to show that more and more. I'm trying to get better. Here's a little slow-mo. Look at the slices coming off of there. This is a hand position right there. If you'll note, I put my thumb on the back. Very comfortable. This is something that gives me control, especially on a longer blade. Some of you may have some better tips. I'm all ears. This is all about learning. Now right here, this is probably a 4.5 or a 5-inch diameter tree that fell over the creek. I had to clear some of it away. I'm just being honest with you. We just went to town right here. Out of position. I'm bent over and I'm chopping. Now, if you'll note, there is a part of that tree down, and there's a part of the tree down by my leg, so there's no chance that the knife could go through and hit me. I tried to be as safe as I could and did the best I could with it. But I want to show you all the deep bites this thing gets. And again, guys, I'm bent over. I'm out of position. I'm chopping one way, okay? right here, you'll see right here, look at that. Goes down, scores it well. I believe that's that good cant, that good forward cant that I like so much. Now, at the beginning of the video, you see me smash the cinder block. Why did I do that? Some of it's just visual effect. Yes, I did it with the spine, okay? I'm not trying to destroy the knife. There's a few companies that I have supreme faith in. Work Tough Gear is absolutely one of those companies. With this thick a blade, I knew it wasn't going to do any damage to it. I knew it wasn't going to crack it, wasn't going to bust it, wasn't going to loosen the handle scales. Nothing. Why? Because it's put together solidly. Would I bank my life on it? You're damn right I would. Now, you see right there, just made some good cuts, some pretty clean cuts coming through. That's a part of the log, I guess, that was broke when it fell. We're at the old haunted ass church property here and got some good chopping in. There is one tree that I had to take down, that I was asked to take down. We'll get to it in a minute. Now, that's that old 2x6 that I went through. Some solid chops right here. We're going to take the Bam Bam stick, what's left of it, and just finish it off. This knife, I believe, can handle just about any task you need it to. It's going to depend on your edge. One thing I'm becoming a huge believer in, there's two things really. Using your shit, that's a must. If you get a new knife, use it. I get if you're a collector. Got it. We're not talking about that. Don't wait to bank your life on a tool until you pick it up for the first time. That's foolish. Get out there. Get the grip of it. See how it feels. And that's why I took so long with this knife today and yesterday and the day before. This is about a 3-day deal, man. Now, this is a piece of hardwood right here. We may jump to another segment. But this hardwood right here is some of that firewood that you buy at the store. I believe half the time the shit's petrified. But I get it because it's got a lot of knots in it. It's going to test the edge. It's going to test the angle. It's going to test everything. All right? Will it hold up? Again, the handle scales. Now, a lot of times when I'm doing this right here, we're just beating up on that edge. And remember, guys, these are my knives that I'm beating up, okay? We beat up the edge. The other thing I do is, does it jar the handle scales loose? Does it do anything? No, nothing. Nothing. Again, guys, I don't advocate you doing this. Some of the reason that I do this, no, I don't test these to failure. That's the part we skipped. I slammed it, turned it off, and restarted it. But I'm not going to, okay? I try to go hard on these knives in everyday stuff. Now, do I do this every day? No, you know better than that. But if you're going camping and you lose a tool, you leave a tool, whatever, it's good to know you've got something like this you can rely on. The Kodiak is an absolute beast. Beast of a blade, beast of a knife that can handle just about whatever you need. The G10, the Machine G10, supremely comfortable in hand, no hot spots. It does what it's supposed to do. Now, I tried to get some pretty good chopping in here, and here's what I'm going to do this weekend. Good Lord willing, and everything goes like I want it to. Every time I try to do something, it falls apart. But what I want to do is take this, the JX5, and my proper chopper. Just like we had the KHHI thing, I'm going to do a Work Tough Gear thing in the swamp. There's a lot of dead wood out there, and we're just going to put on a chopping clinic. When I first got this knife, I'm going to be honest with you. I looked at it, I loved it. Love big knives, love huge knives, love playing with them, the whole nine. I didn't realize what a great chopper and what a potential for just an outstanding overall knife it was until I just sat back and took a good look at the handle, took a good look at the design, took a good look at the ergonomics. This thing is a monster. I've said monster and beast repeatedly. Why? Because it is. And then you put Mr. Vic and his team together to build it. Nobody does, to me, a complete package like Work Tough Gear. The heat treat, the fit and finish, the final details, the whole deal. Now, I've said many, many times, this isn't the damn QVC network, and it's not. Buy it, don't give a shit. But I can tell you this, some of these are going to drop on Friday. Go to Work Tough Gear Adventure Team on Facebook for all the details. This one's dropping. I believe there's some Wolverines left. I believe there's some Lynxes left. Listen, if you ask me, Scab, what do you recommend for a big knife? This, okay? And I love all knives, guys. But Alex is rapidly moving. Y'all know some of my favorite designers. My top three: Bill Harsey, Donnie B All-day, Zeke Manacho. Then you got like guys like Mr. Vic, who's in the top 5. Alex Aurora Borealis is moving rapidly up, as well as a bunch of other Work Tough guys. That's just the truth. Why? They design nice, simple tools that work. That's what I give a shit about. I don't care, oh my God, it's so artistic. Give a damn about that. Does it work? Can I process wood? Can I do what I need to do? Can I strike a ferro rod? That's what I care about. That's what I want you guys to know. There's channels, listen guys, there's channels that'll show you fit and finish. There's channels that'll show you the artistry of the blade. There's channels who will specialize in feather sticking, and well, they should. And they do a great job at it. My job is to show you what a novice can do. Can I beat it up? Can this knife survive an idiot with a blade? Yes, sir. It damn sure can. Now, that's kind of a hidden slot. Now, this was after the testing. That's kind of a hidden slot for a lanyard. That's kind of a theme with this and the Wolverine. Really, really a cool concept. Guys, listen. Donnie B All-day is marching to 10,000. Let's get him there. Alex Aurora Borealis actually has a YouTube channel. Go over and subscribe to him. Joe from Steel Forged and Fire, go over and subscribe to him. Then my other channel with Joe, Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. Go subscribe there. Matthew Jensen will be on next Tuesday. Again, Alex Aurora Borealis designed this knife. Go subscribe to him. And then my guys Karl Ruedger and Eric Husyan. Let's get them to 1,000, man. Let's do that this week. Let's put some time in. Let's get this community going. And Captain Electro, mad shout out to him. I got a beast of a blade in from him that you'll be seeing. Cap is an awesome dude. Go to my description and subscribe to all of those people there. Miss Allie's there. A lot of people there. All right, guys, we got about a minute left. Now, this is the only tree that I actually cut down, and I cut it down because it was hit by lightning. It was damaged, and it was a safety issue near the parking lot at the church. I was asked to take it down. Perfect time to show off the knife. So we did so. Or it's actually not their parking lot. It's out near a trail where we have a lot of folks walk, and it's just, it was in a bad spot. So this is a great time to test this knife. Now, guys, listen. We've had almost 18 minutes of nothing but action. Nothing but action. I cut that paper. That should have been that was the last thing I actually did. But this knife held up. Great design. Great overall thing. They're dropping this Friday if you're interested. Listen. We're on a mission, man. We're completing goals. Why? Because we got business at hand. My guy Mikey says it best. Everything's going to be all right. And I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son. Love y'all.